Happy Sunday. It's beautiful. Sundays are just wonderful days. Days to relax, be with family. I know I've been emphasizing this a lot, but I think during this time it's an opportunity to maybe get our Sundays back. We can get so distracted and have so many things going on. It's just a beautiful sense of just being with one another. Playing a game, hanging out, doing this or that. These are things that are wonderful to do on Sunday. Maybe we will even go and help somebody out or visit somebody, but to do things the Lord desires us to do. So I encourage you in that. But I also wanted to check in on that very important task that I gave you. Are you doing okay with it or not? It's a task of celebrating. Remember? We're supposed to celebrate Easter for 50 days in at least as much effort as we enter into Lent, but even more so, hopefully, that we celebrate each and every one of these Easter days and just really rejoice in the resurrection and do those things that just really allow this to be a true season of celebration. Well, this last week I did a vlog on the Hallmark series, right? So basically these kind of touchy-feely kind of things in my life, or at least different kind of memories. I got a lot of good feedback. A lot of people seem to appreciate it, so I'm glad that you did. And I want to start another series. I thought as we continue just to find ourselves, removed from the Eucharist and the Mass, that it might be good just to spend a little time focused on the Mass. In a lot of different ways. I mean, maybe we could look at a Eucharistic miracle. We could see how is Mass celebrated in other parts of the world. How did they celebrate it like in the very first days of Jesus? Do we even know anything about that? So I think we can have some fun. And I'm really hoping that you'll submit your videos. Just get them to me in some way, and we can include some of those as well, just so you know kind of how other people are thinking and feeling about the Mass. Well, we should get to a few questions. There's still a few kind of lingering out there that I think need to be responded to. So let's turn to a few questions that have been asked. Okay. So, it is my understanding that Judas was a thief, but then became treasurer for the disciples. Why would the other disciples give Judas that job if he had been a thief? Well, it's true that it's spoken of that he was a thief. I think particularly in John's Gospel where it says, the reason he was mad at them pouring out this anointment on the, of Mary pouring out the anointment on Jesus' feet was because he was a thief. Well, that could have very possibly been known afterwards. I'm not sure they would have known that before, at least the other apostles. So I think we just see, that greed and that type of thing come out. So I think that would be the reason. I'm not sure that they knew he was and gave him that job. So another question is about a female pope. Has there ever been a female pope? No, but there is this legend of this Pope Joan is her name. But it's really like just somebody decided to make some crazy story, and then a few other people kind of found it someplace and continue to carry on this legend, but there's really no truth to it whatsoever. It'd be like in several hundred years them finding a book of the Da Vinci Code, if you remember that just made up a bunch of different things about Jesus and Mary Magdalene and all these kind of crazy things. There's just no truth to them at all, but some people can just make up anything they want. And so yeah, there's no real kind of evidence whatsoever for that. That's what it is. Let's now turn to another photo that was submitted. This is the photo submitted by Bree and her husband Lawrence and Wyatt, and they're just doing a little yard work. I'm sure many of you have been up to things like that. So anyway, have a beautiful, awesome Sunday, and may the Lord bless this day and you always.